So, this is the first video that I've done completely from my phone. We just had an insane Indy Lights race where Matthew Brabham and Linus Lundqvist got into each other racing for the lead, and ultimately the win. Neither of them ended up winning the race. Brabham, they've already changed the front wing on that car, but Brabham finished the race with his wing underneath his car, finished at the time fourth across the line. Lundqvist across the line in first, but ultimately Lundqvist was penalized 3 positions, and pole sitter Hunter McElray was ultimately awarded the win. But you didn't click on this video for an Indy Lights report, even though you should pay attention to Indy Lights. I know the Freedom 100 is gone, but they still race on ovals, and it's pretty fun. I spoke to Alex Palou yesterday, and if you watched the video, you would have known that my footage disappeared because I double tapped the record button. That's why I hire a cameraman. But most importantly, I actually found a way to get the audio back. Now, it's not perfect, but what they do when you're in a media bullpen is that the PR people for the team record your conversation just to make sure that if you take something bizarrely out of context or fake a quote or something, that they can prove what is said in an interview. Well, I went to the team and I said, do you guys have this? And they said they did. So it's not perfect audio quality, but it gets the point across, and after teasing you guys with it yesterday, I can actually give you guys the lost Alex Palou interview.
Put myself in a situation if I had no seat and I was just a guy as a driver with no seat and looking at somebody thinking of the future or this contract, that contract, or whatever they say, I would be like, come on, just drive and do the best you can, and that's how I try to take it. It's not, I don't really know how it's gonna evolve now, but I'm just focused on racing, and that's what we did in Toronto. I think it worked. It didn't come easy, obviously, with all the stuff we had in practice and then qualifying, but we made it happen on track, and it was good. So yeah, not easy, but it's been okay. I have my wife here with me. It's not like last year that she had to travel a lot, so she was able to obviously be my wife, like really for a week, really into me, so it's all good.
It's interesting. You mentioned that's an interesting perspective, that you have kind of put yourself into that driver who's sitting on the couch and not able to drive. You're in a situation where you have 2 of the biggest teams in motorsport who are trying to get you for next year, Chip Ganassi Racing and Arrow McLaren SP. Is there where do you stand right now, I guess is my question. I know you probably won't be able to say much, but where kind of do things stand? Have they evolved much since last week?
No, to be honest, there's nothing more or nothing evolved more than what said last week or what you guys know from last week. So I think after all that noise or all that activities going on, both the team and we obviously decided that it was more important to focus on this championship that we had a great chance to win than on other stuff, and also it's not good that I'm thinking about that stuff, obviously, which obviously you're getting bombarded with a lot of questions all the time, which I understand it's you think, but yeah, we said we were gonna focus on Toronto and nothing else happened after that. Like before going to Toronto, it's the same as now, so nothing.
It was given that pressure, what you did in Toronto, coming from 22nd to 6th, it was really incredible. What is that? What do you do to put yourself into the mindset to push out all of that noise and say, hey, I got a job to do, going for a championship? How do you sit yourself still in and do a good job for the team with all that outside pressure around you?
I don't know, man. It's not easy, to be honest, but I think, yeah, it's like a bad moment, but it's not as bad. I mean, there's a lot of really bad things that can happen to you in life, a lot worse than media talking about your contracts and driving. And as I said, one of the mindsets is putting myself on the situation of being a driver like I am now, but in a couch because I have no seat, and somebody with a great opportunity just throwing it away because he's thinking about what is going to happen in 6, 8, or 10 months. So I think that's what pushes me. It's like, hey man, just drive. It's easy. You just need to brake, steer, and hit the throttle, and that's it. And that's my mindset, I guess, going into racing.
So going into this weekend, what's your comfort level with Iowa Speedway? And obviously, it's going to be a very physical race for everybody. Doing 250 and then 300 the next day in this heat. You know, kind of what do you think your chances are here?
Yeah, I think it's going to be really physical for everybody, not only the drivers, obviously, that we are doing those laps, but also for media and mechanics and engineers, everybody here. But it's a challenge for everybody, and you just need to try and do better than the guy next to you or in front of following you. So I think I'm as prepared as I could be. Obviously, you always want to be stronger and better physically, but I think I'm a lot better than I was last year and last weekend. So hopefully we're ready. And then in terms of like our target and stuff for this weekend, it's not obviously my type of racing, the type of racing I'm used to and that I'm comfortable with. I'm getting there, and I think I get more experience. We tested here before. It wasn't a great test, but we tested, we got some laps, and we understood some stuff. So we're gonna do the best we can. Hopefully score some really good points, and if we can win because we're good and stuff like that, it's gonna be an amazing day for us.
Good stuff. Thank you, Alex.
Thank
Good
you.
to talk to you.
Thank you.